Tell you go Irish, but they lost last weekend. So I have to tell you, for about the past 3 weeks, every night when I'd go to bed at night, I'd relive standing up here, talking to you guys, and telling you how much this means to me, as well as my family. It changes every night. So I finally decided I'd write it down, and then I remembered I can't write. I also promised my cousin Tammy that I would try to keep this brief. And I'd love to tell you that I crossed my fingers when I told her that, but she knows I can't move my fingers either. Seeing this community come together is something I've always been amazed at. I'm extremely proud to be part of the community and part of a family that comes together when one of their own needs support. This is not something I expected, and for that matter, the last 2 or 3 years, I didn't expect. It's been tough. It's been tougher on my family. I've mentioned to many of you this evening that I do appreciate all your prayers, and you can never have enough of them. But I would ask that you not worry about me so much. God's got me, always has. But my kids and my mother and my father and all of my siblings, this is tough. And it might be tough on me, but it's tougher on them. So please pray for them before you pray for me. Like I said, God's got me. And everybody in this room is proof of that. I've been blessed to have 2 great men in my life. My grandfathers, growing up, taught me a lot about life that you don't even realize that you're learning. So I'm going to give you a little bit of some of the wisdom that they gave me. One day on a fishing trip, my grandfather asked me about angels. And he told me, he says, when you think of angels, what do you see? And as a 10-year-old, not too much younger than my youngest son, Vaughn, and a little boy, I told him there are pretty women with halos and wings sitting on a cloud. I still like that version better. But he told me something that I'll never forget, that while that might be something we are taught, that we see in books, that we see painted on church ceilings, God never intended angels to have wings and halos. He uses people every day in our life as his angels. Some you have for a lifetime, some you have for just a brief moment, and you never know when that is. It's up to you to recognize God's angels. And then he spoke to me, and it changed the way I looked at things for the rest of my life, because he said, son, you never know when you're going to be God's angel that day. And I think that that's probably more true than my theory about the halos and the wings and the pretty girls. But I know for sure, and it's confirmed, because I'm looking out across the audience tonight, and all I see is angels. Because you guys have brought support to me at a time that I needed it most. And I can't thank you enough. I could never tell you enough or show you enough. He also told me something that I've always used throughout my professional career when it comes to dealing with people that felt on the back end of that day that you're someone's angel. And he told me very simply, if you see someone without a smile, give them yours. It's stuck with me ever since I was a little kid. I believe it. And anytime I see a smile, and I've seen a lot of them tonight, it refreshes my spirit. I've been through a lot over the past 6 months, even more over the past year, and it's shaken me to the core in a lot of ways. But those that know me know that I don't give up easy. And I made a comment to my Aunt Gina when I was diagnosed that God better bring a lunch, because this ain't gonna be easy. And I don't give up easy. So I am going to continue to fight, not just for myself, but for all the support you've given me to here tonight, and for my children. That will be my legacy when God does call me home. So please continue to keep them in your prayers, my parents in your prayers, and my siblings. They've been there. They've been through it all with me. If you watched the videos earlier, I know it was a little tough to hear, but they were very powerful. When Julie sent those to us, there was actually more. There were 7 total videos, and to a T, every single one of those people mentioned their spouse or their significant other as being their rock. And while I really needed and wanted a rock and prayed, I lost my rock. And it was a lonely feeling when I closed my eyes. And I told my Aunt Gina that I would use this reference because I told this to her the other day. That's when I realized just how special being in this community is and how God is looking out for me. Because though I needed a rock and I wanted a rock, when I woke up, He had given me a gravel road. This disease is not easy. I've had several people ask me, and like, well, how are you feeling? You don't look sick. I could be completely sick and you would never know it. But when it comes down to it, I'm definitely not the same person. I can't write. I fall down a lot. This disease takes little by little, and it takes, and it takes, and it takes, and it does not give. Julie mentioned to me once and asked me if I knew what ALS stood for. And true to form to Barry's statement, I had to come off with the actual term for it as Amyotrophic Lateral Sclerosis, or Lou Gehrig's disease. And she says that's exactly what it stands for in real reality. But in what you will face, you will come to know ALS means always losing something. Since January, I have found workarounds to put my socks on, to put on clothes, to feed myself, to bathe myself, and it gets tougher and tougher every day. My grandfather told me once, be careful what you pray for, because I've always prayed for patience, and I always thought He would give me that. My grandfather taught me, be careful. He's not going to give you patience. He's going to give you a way to learn it. And that's why I got 3 kids. Or so I thought, because ALS teaches you a lot more patience than you ever thought you ever had. It's frustrating. I'll never be the same. I can't drive, so now I've lost my independence. But just as all the people here in this room tonight came out for support, I've had people come from all over the state to take me to lunch, to spend time with me, tell me that they can take me to a doctor's appointment, and it's all the time. And then I started realizing that gravel road was all I ever needed. My son Alex has been there for me in more ways than I can count. My daughter, Elena, who I'm extremely proud of, who will be starting her teaching career very shortly, has affectionately taken care of me and threatened me with inches of my life if I don't listen to her. My son Vaughn, who's 11, cuts my food when we go out to eat. This is not something a proud man ever saw coming. I've learned to lay that pride down. I've never been one to ask for help. God is teaching me day by day to be a different person. I love all of you. I've known some of you all my life. Some of you I've just met tonight. But I cannot tell you what it means to a person's spirit. And as Julie pointed out earlier, this doesn't just affect me. It affects everyone in my family. And it also affects 33,000 people across the United States and 5,000 more diagnosed since 2020. Please help Julie by scanning that QR code and sending the state government so the funds can be given. It means the difference between somebody having a bathroom renovated, a ramp put in. Not everyone has a community the way we do. If there's anything that I can do to help others, it's to reinforce what Julie said and asked, because that means the world. They've dropped $1 million off that budget that went to ALS. That's the difference in many people in Indiana being able to live independently and do the things that they need. So I ask that of you. Take the time to scan that QR code, send that letter to the state government, and tell them they need to put that back in place. So, what are some of the things that I can do? I can still text. Never could before, but I figured out how to use voice text. And voice text is terrible. Apparently, Siri thinks I'm a hillbilly. And Siri pisses me off. Maybe I should give you the disclaimer. I read somewhere that people that use profanity have very high IQs. My mother did not realize that she gave birth to a family of Einsteins. if I slip up again, it's my Einstein coming out. And in case you're wondering who has the smartest and highest IQ of the bunch, well, if you've ever had a conversation with my sister on a bad day, her IQ is off the chart. Sorry, Ange. I can't tell you enough how much this has meant to me and my family, my siblings. Guys, you've lifted my spirits. It makes me want to continue to fight. I want to be able to see my youngest son graduate, and I was told that I probably would not see that. That's 7 years. They told me 2. They don't know me very well. Now I understand that I'm standing up here rambling on and I'm in the way between all the fun. So we're going to turn it over. But again, I hope God blesses all of you the way He has blessed me. Thank you again.